All right. So let's go back to here and take a look at this. All right. So Gavin was saying that this is 250 units. Now, one of the unusual ways that this drawing has been dimensioned is that the dimension's actually going from edge to edge of the object, whereas normally you would see the dimension going from the center point to the center point. Okay. Now we could take and we could calculate out what that center point to center point is, but in all honesty, we don't need to worry about it because we can just simply put the dimension in there the way it's asking us to. So the way that we're going to do that is come up to the dimension command. It's kind of over by where it says App Store and Learning Center. You can either do the letter D or you can go ahead and click on the icon. This is where I need everybody to have their eyes up here. Watch what I'm doing. Yes, sir.
Can you tell me what the change measurements?
Because what? Bring it up here real quick. I'll show you how. All right. So here's what we are going to do. You are going to left click on the circle right here on its edge. Which ones do you need to change?
Just the measurements in general, because you know how we have to change it every time.
Oh. Up here. Workspace units. You're already in millimeters. I can't ignore you if you already did it right.
Well, you do ignore me a lot, though.
And this is true. This is true.
Too much.
I don't know. It's something about the height. All right. So I'm going to left click on the outer edge of the circle. Gentlemen and ladies. I'm going to come over to my other circle and I'm going to left click on the far extreme part. Okay. So Gianni, again, I went into my dimension command. I left clicked on this circle on its far side of it. And then I go across to the other far side and I left click again. Yeah, the bigger of the two circles, correct. And then you should end up with a dimension that is floating like this. What's the value I'm going to put in there? Okay. Mohammed, you're up here. Yeah, you. Huh? Okay. You'll put in 250, and it should adjust it. Now, some people went a little bit above and beyond and tried drawing this whole right-hand side themselves. And what ends up happening is when I force a dimension of 250, I no longer maintain 125 units from this edge to the center line and this center line to the edge of 125. I end up with some other value in there. Now, is it the end of the world if you have two different values? The answer is no. We can fix it easily. But we need to solve it before it becomes a problem. Does anybody have that problem? You are good because you did it right. Nope, it's not straight because you did not. Did you draw this by hand after the fact? Oh, did you use them your command? Huh? You did? Oh, I see what happened here. So this line here, not straight. It's like it's crooked like that. That's what the problem is. Okay. So let's go back. Wipe out this entire piece here. Make this. vertical. Okay, so it's not happy with that. So let's delete that. So somehow or another you accidentally grab the snap point. Straight up, I get the vertical symbol. Now let's try to a lot better, huh? Okay. Now, let's see if we can do a dimension here. Easy peasy, right? Here, bring it up here, Bianca. All right, gentlemen. Mikkel, I don't mind you being in here, but I can't have you. Oh, boy.
I'm not trying to do a little thinking like that.
Tingy ting? Tingy ting? I like that, tingy ting. Okay,
Like the thing. I
What's,
don't know, the 250, the dimension thing, it like makes this one shorter.
okay, so the reason why is, did you draw this separately than this? You did. You never mirrored it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to show you the right way to do it. Mirror. Select that line. Select all that. Cool. Easy peasy, right? Now, I'm going to go dimension, this edge, this edge, 250, automatically adjust both of them.
Thanks.
No problem. All right, so next thing. Which line? How do you do the dimension at the bottom again? Go to dimension, pick your first circle, pick your second circle, and then you will get your dimension showing up. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Now, we've done a lot of work, so what I want to do is I want to go ahead and hit the green check mark. At this point, our sketch is done. The next thing that we need to do is we need to start making the object look like an actual object. We need to give some dimension to it. So if I go over here and take a look at our next slide is going to talk about extruding the object. A couple of things that we want to pay attention to. Number one, we want to extrude at a distance of 40 millimeters. Okay? The rest of it, we're not really too concerned about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back over here. Step number one, underneath our UCS is the cameras and rendering options. I can select on that and change it over to isometric. What? Yours are isometric? Okay, good. Anybody having a hard time finding isometric? Good. Next to the word sketch to the right is a word called extrude. Kind of looks like a square with a square squeezing out of it, or a pimple on its square. I'm going to change its value from 25 to what? 40. Good. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select the object that I want to extrude. So I selected 3 pieces. I selected the full circle here, the in-between piece, and then this donut piece right here. All right, ready? I'll try again. Watch before you do. It's the biggest problem you guys get yourself stuck in. You try to do while I'm explaining it. Watch and then do. I'm in extrude. I chose my depth of 40. I'm going to pick my object. Notice that I can pick either the inner circle, the outer circle, or I can pick both. I want to pick both. I'm then going to pick that in-between piece. And then I'm going to pick this circle with the keyways cut out of it. I end up with an object like that. Gianni? Huh? Okay, so just because you get annoyed doesn't mean you shut it and you hop on your phone immediately. Open it back up. Come up here, sit next to me, and we'll walk through it. Green check mark afterwards. Lock it in. Now, this is what your object looks like at this point, correct? Eyes up here. Onshape has the ability to take the same sketch that you created originally and create more parts off of it. So in this case, I still had a whole other part to my sketch, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and see where it says sketch 1. See how I turned it off? I'm just going to go ahead and turn it back on. Now you can see, here's my sketch again. Let's go back over and look at our instructions for the next page. The next page has us doing another extrusion. This time, Gianni, what's the size that we're doing the extrusion at? No, right here. 25, okay? And it's going to be the back half of this object, including the small circle. So let's go switch back. Extrude. It's automatically defaulted to 25, so we don't have to change that. Pick my donut in the back, and then pick that in-between piece. At that point, what do we do to finish it off? Green check mark. Okay. Now, if you don't want to see these hidden lines here, just go ahead and turn your sketch off. Looks amazing, right? Still a couple more steps we got to do for the drawing. Yeah. What ended up happening was you had Now what?
I bet you won't put that back color.
I just stuck to you.
Thanks for waiting. You're welcome, Gianni. Google yours?
No, that was not something that's that makes sense.
Whoever got the other gun, about ready to pitch their device.
No, I didn't have a draw. I had a draw. This was
Now you can go ahead and sketch one on.
I gotta send you up.
Anybody else need help?
No. Wait, did you submit this now?
That's not the color. It was the color. It was not trying to find that. Trying to make it.
So X. What X you got? James Noah? Wait, James Noah who he is? It's a he, y'all. James just said it. Yo, own Gavin. Wow. Gavin, good job. Gavin, what? I think the English teacher call you? Why was she
Great. Put it away now.
Right. Yes. It's about biology. I just gave you. You look now so weird.
Pick it up now. Matter of fact, yeah, you can stay there. You can pick up some other stuff around here. Don't care. You're the one that got caught. Don't even give me that. Don't even go there. You know you're guilty.
I was, the other guy game, she really disrespected me. Like, no. She had a whole ass face to watch TV. Swiss cheese, that's all. I'm looking at year three.
All right, next thing we are going to do, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm so sorry.
Gianni, this is the reason why I don't pay attention to you. Put the phone away. Those that sit there and like continue to defy me, having earbuds in on their phones, you're going to be one of the least or last people that I'm going to be helping. Because there are others that are actually putting their concentration into the activity and they're not getting it. Okay? I hate to be like that, but it is what it is. You're not giving me full attention. I can't give you full attention. Fair deal?
Weird.
Okay. When I start talking, you guys all start looking up here. If you're not looking up here, I know you're trying to do something else. I can't give you 100% attention either. Put the hand down. No, put it away. I'll take it right now. 4. Come on, let's go. You know, I just want to let you guys know this project, this one alone, has taken us 4 days. You want to know how many periods it should have taken us? 1.
One day, I'm saying our stuff is lagging.
Also, I am. How many minutes did it take me to draw your drawing? 3 minutes? 4 minutes at tops.
You've been doing it for years. You've been doing it for years. You know everything.
Have I been doing it for years?
Yeah.
And the answer is no. I'm learning onshape just as much as you guys are learning onshape. Remember, I've used Inventor before, I've used AutoCAD before, but onshape is totally new to me. So that means that if I can do it that quick, there's no reason why you guys can't either. But part of the problem is distractions. Not focusing up here. When I'm trying to explain something to you, I can look around the room as I'm explaining it, and I can call out 75% of eyeballs not where they're supposed to be. Eyeballs should be all up here. The eyeballs that are up here generally don't have a lot of questions. The eyeballs that are either closed, looking at something else, listening to something else, or whatever, those are the ones that are going to have the problems. Do I make myself understandable and clear? In order to be successful, you need to understand what's going on in front of you first. Listening to me is not enough solution to understand what is going on. You need to have the graphical interface to see what's going on. Hence why I have the screen up here. I can sit in the back of my room and I can explain to you what I want you to do. But 90% of you aren't going to understand it because you need that visual key. Understand? All right. So now that we've done our second extrusion, The next thing that we are going to do is we are going to change the name of our part to bracket. The way we do that is in the lower left-hand corner, you're going to see part 1. I want you to go ahead and click on it and find the very first tab called Rename. You're going to title it Brackets. KET. Yep. No problem. Now we move on to the next slide. That's going to be step 9. It is going to ask us to change the material of this project to 1020 steel. Okay? So the way that we're going to change the material to 1020 is select on the object. You're going to notice it turns all this school bus yellow. I'm going to right click on it, and then I'm going to go assign material. Where it says none, click on it, and then you can just type in 1020, and then 1020 steel should show up. At this point, go ahead and hit the green check mark. You have now told onshape that your material is 1020 steel. onshape now knows a couple of things. It knows how much material there is, how much that material weighs, knows the volume of it. Okay. How does it do all that? Yes, sir. You assigned a color to it. Yep.
Can I change the color?
Now, what's up? What's wrong?
Is there ALSI?
What? For what? Silicone, like there's silicone bronze. I don't know if there's aluminum silicone though.
This the app that you use
All right.
to print stuff?
Yes. So, focus.
Like 3D printer?
Yeah, you could. You can also use it for a CNC machine, which would be instead of 3D printer is an added addition style of printer, whereas a CNC machine is a subtraction style of machining, where you're removing material rather than adding it. The next thing that we need to do to wrap up this assignment is there is a quiz question that I need you guys to answer. Now, in order to answer this quiz question, you need to understand how to get to the properties for this quiz. The first thing I'm going to tell you is that you need to figure out what the kilogram mass is of this project. So I'm going to tell you, what was the units that we had this set up as originally? Originally, what was this drawing set up as?
Millimeters.
Inches. It was originally set up as inches, and what we do, we converted it over to millimeters, right? So I'm going to take a guess and say that our weight is also going to be in pounds, not in kilograms. So we're going to come up here to the 3 dots, 3 lines, whatever you want to say. Click on workspace units and take a look here. Default mass unit. It says pound. We want it to be kilogram. Click the check mark. Now, I need you to make sure that you have brackets selected. And then you're going to come down here to the lower right-hand corner, and it says Display Mass. Select it. Take a look right here. Your mass is going to be a certain number. Whatever that number is, I need you to now go over to Schoology, onshape, bracket, self-check, and I need you to answer the question. Okay? What is the weight? You have 3 chances to do it. You either get full credit or you get no credit on that quiz. Tomorrow, I am going to show you how to take the image and upload it for a grade. Do not try to do it ahead of time because you're going to do it wrong. I will put a bet on it. So tomorrow, you need to have the quiz done. Tomorrow, we are going to take and upload this